Julissa. Hey, Jane. How are you liking the Discord? I'm okay. We had sushi last night. I had like probably a little bit too much sushi. Yeah, I put some stuff in the Palomayombe. I put some stuff in the Infernals. I put some of the stuff. I don't have all my information here, so I put some of the stuff on Lugumi, Palomayombe, Infernals, and Espiritismo. I also put some stuff, I think, for natives. So yeah. Yeah, astrology, crystals, our pets. I don't know. I put stuff from everywhere, but yeah. So the Discord is up. It's running. I haven't done a whatchamacallit yet. Yeah. Well, I mean, we're all talking in there, so that to me was like whatever's, like what I'm talking about is when I said I put info, I mean I put info. Hey Dorian Element, welcome in, welcome in, welcome in. So, I put the information that I know. I mean, I didn't even put anything about like dragons or elementals or anything of that yet. I mean, it depends on who we have in there. And then these are the lashes that I kind of did yesterday, and this one's kind of acting all wonky. It's going up and down. I'd have to fix it. Yeah. But yeah. But yeah, it's just different. It's gonna come together eventually. I just need people to go in it. So we'll see. Yeah. So I'll get there. Might not be today. Might not be tomorrow. But I'll get there. Like when I get home next week, I'll be doing a bunch more stuff. I already made myself a candle. So I started lighting it like 2 days ago. So I gotta start. I gotta get me on that. I left it over here. I took it out of the. Not of the room, but like where I had it at. So. It's been nice. Had a PB&J, and my jelly was orange sweet marmalade. Yeah, I've just been doing a lot. Hopefully next week I get my packages. And by the time I get home that I have packages there, that would be fantastic. This account has grown a lot. I'm like seriously close to 8K now. When I was barely at 6K over the summer. So it's interesting. Welcome in, welcome in, welcome in. So guys, I do readings. I do sell products. Some of the products that I sell are prepared candles. I do make oils, and I do make spiritual baths. One of the spiritual baths that I make is called RHR, Rompimiento. Bella, stop. Rompimiento Hexbreaker Road Opener. So it's a blockbuster bath. So if you're interested in any of those things, the oils or the candles that I make. But yeah, I make a bunch of different things. So. And right now, the two types of prepared candles I have are road opener candles, or and then the other one is abundance, prosperity, protection one. So it depends on what you need. I can make it. But those are the ones that I already have. If you need other types of candles, you just gotta let me know. And then the oils that I have, one is a lavender, one is a protection oil, money oil, road opener oil. Yeah, I think that's it. These are 5. So protection, money oil, oh, Jezebel oil. That's one I forgot. Welcome in, welcome in, welcome in. Tap that screen and share me out like a 2-bit hooker. But yeah, last night we went out, we had sushi. I haven't been out with the boyfriend in a very, very long time. So since I've been home, it's just been dealing with the stuff here at the house. And later on, I think I'm going to be making some cupcakes. And I think there's going to be a fight tonight that we might be watching. So we'll see about that. Welcome in, welcome in, welcome in. Which I haven't even... Let me tell you. So I got her. She already came in. Welcome in, welcome in, welcome in. So today we're just going to be having some discussions. I made my own candle here. It's already prepared. It's already going on. If anybody's interested in asking me some questions in regards to whether it's my spirituality or maybe it's something that has to do with your spirituality, go ahead and ask. It's just not cold enough. But welcome in, welcome in, welcome in. So yeah, go ahead and ask some questions, tap that screen, share the live. If you know people that are like-minded or spiritualist, or people that like getting tarot reads, or they do, like getting spiritual baths, get candles and things of that nature. Yeah, share the live. Yeah, my boyfriend doesn't want me to buy new pants, but I'm going to have to buy new pants of these. When I originally bought them, I could barely fit in them. And now they fall off. So I am going to be buying me some new pants when I get back to California. That's for sure. Oops. Cards already be falling out. Likewise. ¿Por qué te estás cayendo para afuera? My guy's falling out. Welcome in, welcome. Oh, thank you for the gift, Mama. I'm sorry, I was like being like so cryptid. I was trying to write you correctly, but because I was using my headset, but that spirit of that Gitana one, that she was like, tell her not to shy away. I was like, okay. She doesn't want to get just she needs to tell me, hey, some of my readings will get personal. I guess, I don't, like, your spirits are very, like, in your face. I was like, okay, thank you. I was just like, okay, okay. We be doing the thing. I'm not like, you know, she's doing her readings, and I was like hearing the reading that you did for me. So no, I didn't say anything out loud. Yes, I was thinking, but it was, I guess, what you were talking about has to do with things that I've embarked before, which is something else that I'm embarking. I'm constantly embarking in new spiritual journeys, and I like having an understanding of all sorts of practice. Yeah, she was just like, and she was telling me about her life. So that this is the trippy part. I'm just like, oh, okay. I'm trying to think about what you told. You told me don't say anything out loud. Blah blah blah. You know, I'm following your instructions, right? And because she came to me and she's like, oh, she's gonna try to give you a reading, and I'm like, try? And she's like, well, she's gonna give you a reading. She was just like, and I'm like, so when you were asking like 5 or 10 minutes before, I already knew. So I'm sorry. I kind of already knew. So, and then she's like, oh, I'm from here. I'm from there. And she was telling me that she would travel a lot. So I would say she's about, I would say 400 or 500-year-old spirit. No, it was just like funny. It was funny. Because she's like, oh, she's going to give you a reading. Beep, 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 beep. Oh, and I'm from over here. And I'm from over here. But I don't really know, you know. Like, I was raised kind of like all over the place. And I'm like, I don't know. It was a part of you. Something's, it's yours. That was for sure. She really looked, well, they have a name because, like, I guess if you say Gitano, like in Spanish, you can say Gitano because that's, it's a culture. But basically, it's people that did something similar to us, but they moved from location to location to location. And thank you, Bryson. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you for the ice cream cones. They move around a lot. And they never stayed in the same place more than maybe a few weeks. Sometimes maybe a season, depending on how cold, how hot, blah, 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 blah. But I do see it very much in Europe. And, you know, she was showing me like towns and things of that nature and the constant moving because they didn't have land. So they were constantly moving from one location to another. It was almost like they got thrown out of where she was born and they just kept on roaming. They were like roaming almost all throughout Europe type of thing. So yeah. So she never claimed any specific spot that was hers. You know, hey, I'm from over here. She never claimed anything. And then what you said in the reading, because I had my headset on. I had my headset on so I could hear you, and I didn't have the phone in my hand so I could walk around and do laundry. Yeah, you're right. I am on a journey that I've embarked on before. You know, spiritual journeys. If you're a spiritualist, you're constantly embarking on some sort of journey for yourself, whether it is light work, dark work, you know, your shadow work, you know, you're always embarking. So you're always, you know, you don't want to get stifled. You don't want to get stuck in the mud. So yeah, that's pretty much what I'm doing on the daily. I just started a Discord. So my Discord is up and running. So that's one thing. And it's in my bio. If you go on the tree, my tree that's in there, that's in the bio, you'll be able to see the Discord, the YouTube, which I'm trying to get up to 50 subscribers. I think I have like 10. So it's a constant. I just put a whole bunch of information about Espiritismo, about Palo Mayombe, about Lucumi, what people know as Santeria. And thank you again. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I talked about crystals. Like, there's just, if you go in there, you're going to be kind of like, yeah, there's a lot of stuff up in here. So yeah, and I'm running it. I've been running the show. It's one of those things that I was scared to do. I tried to do it about 2 or 3 years ago. And Since I couldn't understand how to make everything, it scared me. So I had to go and pay someone to actually do it for me. And that's made it a hell of a lot easier. That's where I'm going to be doing the classes and stuff like that. There's also information on, trying to think of other, like, it's other practices. So I'm trying. So if you go look up in there, you're going to see a bunch of different things, and it's going to be, there's things about crystals, but I just posted some of my crystals in there. People are going to be able to actually take my classes. So if let's say me and you are going to do a one-on-one, we could either do it in there, or we could do it, you know, that app also, you can do video chat. So that's one of the things that can be done. I don't know. It's decent. I like it. I haven't figured everything out yet, but girl, I mean, when I do a reading, like, so let's say if I was doing a one-on-one with you, I'm there for anywhere for minimum an hour, and sometimes I'm there for up to 3 hours. So think about it this way. It's a video call, and I'm going to tell you to do a bunch of different things depending on whatever your situation is, or multitude of situations. So hey, you got to do this for this, hey, this for that, da da da. Plus I do past life regressions. I don't just do the readings, I do regression. That means I take you through it. So everyone is different on how they read and how they, you know, get stuff done. So it's going to be interesting. And like I said, I sell spiritual baths, which is like the difference, I guess. And in those spiritual baths, like I said, it's just, I do the things. So one of mine is called RHR, Rompimiento Hexbreaker Road Opener. So it's what Americans would call a blockbuster bath. I think that's what you guys call it. It goes from the forehead down, nothing on the head. There you go. And when you get it, it's like a 4.5 ounce bottle, but it's packed. Like when, like, let's say you get it and you've let it sit there for a bit, you'll notice that almost half the bottle, a third of the bottle is like pure herbs, but it's so concentrated that you need to pour a little bit just to make the spiritual bath, because that's how concentrated I make it. Plus it takes me roughly 18 hours to make a batch. So there's your answer. And then the ingredients that I put in it, because a lot of people don't understand, I've had 32 years in my practice, 32 years of collecting different herbs and trees and the things that I need. So imagine. And that doesn't include the stuff that I already have at home. So there you go. Especially when you have to order them. Like, I just ordered teas, like stuff to make teas. Stuff that I put in my candles. So I'll show you. I'll show you like one of my candles. So like this one. So this one would be considered a road opener. But what a lot of people don't understand is these candles can have crystals in them, like the little mini chips. These also have a magnet. These also have a multitude of different other components, plus mica. The mica actually, it gives it the mirroring effect, and we all know what mirrors do in our practices. They amplify. So I help it amplify, right? And then that's like, now you have 1,000 mirrors on it. And those candles can last anywhere from a few hours to, on average, it's been 12, but I've already had a couple of people that hit over the 24-hour mark. And then I've had 2 candles that have gone roughly 36 hours. And I'm talking about continuously on. That's the kind of stuff that I do. Why do you think I was asking you about like crystal chips and stuff like that? So yeah, that's a definite. That's a definite. So do you get the chills when you do reads? Or sometimes like when you play with a certain deck, you get the chills? Hey Alejandra, how are you? I think me and you spoke like a couple of nights ago. You don't get the chills? So do you feel spirits around you or not really? Ah, so you get the hearing. So like with me, like when spirits come in and out, I'll get cold or I'll get the heat first so I know something's there, and then I'll feel like the pressure. I'm not saying that they're coming through me, but so I feel, I see, I hear. Sometimes I could smell aromas. Sometimes I could taste. So it's very complicated. I don't know how I mean, I know how I've worked on it, but like, I don't know why those other senses popped so highly, if that makes sense. Like, why did they get stronger? But yes, I do remember you, Alexandra. I'm calling you Alejandra. I'm not sure if that's how you pronounce your name. Oh, because I'm special. It's starting to make me sound like if I'm special needs here. Oh, that's the worst one to get. All the emotions. All the... Especially when you know, like, you don't know the person's been crying, but you know the person's been crying, and you just like... And you have to gulp it down type of thing. Duke, I already started my server, so if you want to join into it. Like being in the back cave. I know somebody. Yeah. I don't. That's the one I don't like. The cave we went to. Yeah, I know what you're talking about, Duke. I could smell it. It's very earthy and very... I got a question. This happened a couple of times. Laying down, asleep on the sofa, sort of thing. It's so much fun to talk about. Like, you hear them or you feel them? You know, like, that they're walking around you, walking on top, beside you, or exactly. See here, but they have a feeling. I feel the feeling. Yeah, so once the person has a very strong emotion, that's the one that you connect to. And then the only way to get rid of it is by feeling it. That's pretty much it. Whether it lasts 10 minutes or lasts a couple of seconds. And then you get an understanding of either what they're going through or what's been happening in their life recently. Yeah, acknowledge, feel, release. Yeah. Yeah, you know that you can hold on to it. I know this is going to sound... Hold on, I got to take a drink first. If you want, you can take notes. You can actually hold on to it and actually use it in a working. You can use it in a working. So you can keep it where you decide to store it. That's where you're going to have to go in your feeling when you light a candle or do that working. And tonight's a great night to do a lot of releasing work. And then for Julissa, feel them. I'm trying to go through. So do you feel the stepping on you or beside you? That's the main thing. On you or beside you, because there's something important with that. If it's you're feeling the steps all over the place, that means there's something around. Okay, so beside you. It's not coming into your personal space, but it's enough that's causing you to have a wake-up call. So there might be something that's negative that shouldn't be there. I'm going to meditate and take a nap, but I will get back to you as soon as I can. Lots of besos. I'm surprised you haven't started working on runes. That's all I can tell you, Crystal. It's almost like there's something with you that you're almost in the thought of like making runes with the crystals. I'm just making a statement. Have a good nap. But yeah, if it's something beside you, it's either something that wants to bother you or it's been tinkering in your mind a lot, Julissa. You haven't done something that you either need to resurrect or something that's around you is very restless and it needs, yeah. Yeah, I didn't say that you're afraid, but it's restless energy because you're very restless for the most part. Yeah. Duke, you're still in here? Yeah, I see him. Am not I sleep, you seen it. Go into the, oh, I think you have Discord. I'm not sure. Welcome in, welcome in, welcome. Yep. Go into the ink. I'm going to call it an ink tree. But if you go in my bio, there's that tree thing. Go in there and there's the Discord and there's my U and the tubes. It's for my Discord. I'm going to have to add a section that you can probably write in. But knowing you, you're not going to want to do that. Yeah, no, it's, nap sounds good. I ate a sandwich, so I want a nap. I don't know. I want to sleep because it's cold. Yeah, you can go in there and then you can go to the link of my community and then you can, me writes in it, you know most of what I know. I just have a lot that I'm doing. That thing was not easy. That thing was not easy at all. And some of it I don't know how to put on paper. Like, I don't know how to put it in the thing. When I say like that, it's like to get it to make sense and put it in there. But yeah, you could, if you want to go in there and just look around. Yes. No, it's like go in there and see the stuff. And I had to like delete a bunch of rooms in there because there was like some that were doubled up. But I'm going to put a pause and I will be back in just a moment. So give me a minute. sorry about that. Oh, I'm cold. Yeah, if you could help me with it. I have my Twitch connected. It'll tell people like when I'm live. It'll tell people like when I post. So like anything that I post on here, you kind of get an idea of, oh, okay, she's posting about this, and then you can come on here and tap on it. But yeah, it's not like, yeah. So, on the, what is it called? On my bio, the tree thing is in there, and in the tree thing, you'll see the YouTube, and then you'll see the Discord. Yeah, I need like help from all sorts of angles at this point, because, and I'm gonna be doing the classes on there. So, the one-on-one classes for people, it's gonna be on there. So this is gonna be. Wait, hold on. Type of thing. And then I'm at the boyfriend's house. This is the boyfriend's house. This is not my house at all. I mean, technically it is because, like, I'm here. So it's kind of mine too, but no. It's not my house. And it's like so many things are pulling right now. It's ridiculous. I haven't taught in a long time, and I cheated in teaching you because you didn't want to go through teaching me. I had to learn the weird, the odd experiences. Oh, yeah. So I have my Twitch account on there too. Yeah, I got the PDF version, and I have to like tab through everything. I'm very much tab through everything. As you can tell, I'm letting my gray hairs come in. But yeah, it's a PDF and more. Migraine included, free of charge. For sure. For sure. Why you flipped. But welcome in, welcome in, welcome in. Yeah, when was it? Like 2 weeks ago, I jumped on live. And, you know, it was kind of like how it is right now. A little bit slow at first. But, oh my God, I had up to 50 people up in here. And thank you for the rose, Jalissa. So I had like 50 people up in here, and some people were asking me questions. It was kind of like a back and forth thing, which was fine. I had no issues with it. But getting up to 50 people in here, I've just been like, why are the TikTok gods liking me today? So the TikTok gods did like me. And I don't know if you noticed, but if you go look in my bio too, this, you know, I was at 6,000 like 2 weeks ago. Barely above 6,000. I had like maybe 6,300 people, 6,200 people, something like that. Look at how my numbers have jumped. Yeah, well, when I'm at home, I get on it daily. I get on it in the morning, and I get on it in the evening. Sometimes I get it on it in the afternoon. So it just depends. But for the most part, like here, so I had something interesting happen to me this morning. So this is going to be a little, whatever you want to call it. It gets very cold here in the mornings. So around, who knows what time it was, because I didn't look at my watch. I thought that my boyfriend was at the foot of my bed. But you know, when you kind of wake up again and, you know, like kind of look at it really well, it was just like a shadow that was there. So I saw that. I actually told him this morning, I'm like, hey, I saw this. It wasn't touching me. It wasn't nothing, but I knew that there was something there. But it got really cold first before it happened. This is the room that when I cleansed the house a few months ago, the roommate was still living here, so she was still in this room. And, I asked her permission. She said yes. And I cleansed the room, which was just with herbs, all over the place. A man stood here, but he was shorter, kind of stocky, like thick. And, literally told me, hey, just be careful of drinking, and there's other things that are involved here. And I'm kind of like, I don't do that other kind of involvement. So, and I really don't drink. And he's like, oh, well, just be careful. And the day that I got here, when I got here on the trip, when I finally got into the house, I took a nap. I was going to sleep for a couple of hours. I think I got 30 minutes in when somebody said, get out, and it was a man's voice. And then, I kind of woke up, drank some water, and just went back to bed. But I said no. 7 Coronas later. And then later on, it's get the F out, or get the hell out of here. And then I kept on hearing other things, and I'm like, F no, to the point that I needed to actually physically get water because there was no more water to drink in the room. And then, the last time, I was just like, what, F this. I'm spiritually cleansing. Like, so, I asked the roommate if I could go into a room, clean it, whatever. And everything was fine. That weekend, I sold the car. We did a bunch of stuff, so we were kind of celebrating. So I did drink a little, but not much. It was more like I was drinking my boyfriend's little bit of whatever that he had. And, met the roommate, her boyfriend. Boyfriend was odd. He came around the corner, and he's 6'4", and I'm kind of just shocked because he just stood in front of me, and he's like, hey, I've never seen you here. I didn't know he had a friend, much less a girlfriend. And I was just like, so my boyfriend's over here cooking and grilling, and I'm like, he was being, himself. And I'm like, okay. I go, well, I don't live here. And I don't live in Arizona, so I live in California. And he's like, where from? I tell him where I live, and the guy doesn't know anything. And I'm like, the IE, Riverside County. He still didn't know. I go, it's a little bit further down, like right above San Diego and right in between LA County. Then he started like, oh, so you're in ESA, and started doing like LA Dodger stuff and gangster signs. Again, I go turn around. Now my boyfriend's over here. I'm looking at him like, can I tell him off? Because he's, I only had the look. Because I'm Hispanic. And, the boyfriend's like, he doesn't know. Well, the other person was really, really drinking. And my boyfriend, he's American. He doesn't understand that anything of what the other person was saying was insulting. So I just blew it off. I'm like, okay, I have to be peace and love. Let me just not start an argument. I'm like, I'm sorry, but I do need you out of the way because I am cooking and I have to take this back. And we're cooking. During dinner, when we finally ate, whatever, my boyfriend's like, oh, okay, this guy already left. And I go, no, he didn't. And he's like, what do you mean he didn't? I go, his truck is still outside. Now, I wasn't doing it to instigate anything. And he kind of looked at me, and I guess, while I was, grabbing drinks and, putting all the table together, he got a hold of the roommate and was like, hey, he got to go. We're going to be shutting everything down by 10. So by 9:45, I was already in the shower taking a bath, and he's like, wash your hair, do whatever. I started hearing the same noises that I heard 2-3 days before going on out here. But, I'm in the bathroom, so I can't really hear it. And I have water in my ears, and I'm washing my hair. And my hair ain't short. And I got some thick-ass hair. So I'm hearing things. He just comes in, and he's like, I don't want you leaving out of the bathroom. Okay. And I go, okay, I'll let you know once I'm done. You know, really didn't think too much of it. I thought he was being kind of weird, you know, but nothing, you know. Well, these guys got into a discussion where the boyfriend is like, hey, you're not her dad, and which is something that was said to me a few days prior, but I couldn't really make it out. But the guy told my boyfriend, he's like, you're not her dad. And he's like, yeah, I'm not her dad, but I'm the owner of this house. And if I tell you, you need to leave, you need to leave. You don't pay rent here. Well, you can't tell her who she can have here or not. She turns around and tells me he's the owner of the house. And he didn't okay for me to have guests. So I guess she left on her own volition. It literally took her 2 months to finalize getting everything here out of the house. And she is terrified of me. Mind you, I did a cleansing a few days before, and before I left, I did a cord cutting. I did a cord cutting. I did a cord cutting. Let's just say every time I've done a cord cutting for the past few months, things have been extra. Very extra. And she was scared. She was scared to get her stuff. Like she did get her things, but like she left the house. All I gotta say is, look, they found a new tomb. Oh, is that the tomb that they've been talking about the past few days? Oh yeah, it was quick because I did the cord cutting like on a Monday or Tuesday. I think I did it on a Monday. I was here by Wednesday, had that spiritual experience that Wednesday. And by that Saturday, gone. She gone. Yeah. So, I mean, that's one of the few, you know, things that I've done. I wasn't trying to. The funniest thing is, you know, I knew she was going to leave, but I didn't think she was going to leave on the, like, that type of circumstance. So, it's whatever. And I told him, I go, well, if she wants to come back or whatever, you know, I don't want you telling her yes. And he's like, no, don't worry. She might end up calling me and saying, hey, I need a place. I go, I don't want you telling her yes. I don't want her coming back. And that's the room I'm in. Currently, the room that I'm in, where I have my couch, have a TV, I have a desk. Yeah, it was within days. And then literally maybe 48 hours after I did the working, I was here, and in 48 hours I got a whole idea. And then I think by that Thursday, I had that experience here in the room, or that Friday had the experience here in the room. That was weird. So there's like a male spirit that comes here. So that one's the one that's odd. I'm wondering if, I don't think it's the one that I saw at the bottom of the, like by around here, because it was a lot taller. It almost looked like, I want to say it looked like the Hat Man, but not quite. Like, I wasn't scared or anything, so I don't want you guys thinking anything like that. Nothing is, I mean, if y'all knew what I did in my practices, yeah, none of this is creepy, trust me. It's just different experiences. I'm wondering if it's something else that's trying to say hello, because I've been having a lot of things trying to say hello. It could be creepy to you. So imagine like somebody that's about 6.5 foot tall. And that's what I saw. And the spirit that I saw here when I was cleaning this room, because I cleansed the whole house. The last thing I did was here, and then I went forward. He was kind of like maybe about 5'6", 5'7", kind of short, but very frumpy, very thick man with like suspenders. He looked like he was from the 1800s. And he was mining. The person that I saw was thinner. He wasn't thin, but you get my meaning. Totally different body frame, and the height difference was at least, I would say, almost a foot taller. Oh, girl, blankets ain't gonna do nothing. Plus, it wasn't touching me. I wasn't trying to do nothing. It was almost like if it was wasn't looking at me, but it was looking out. Yeah. Okay, what was your image, Miss Alejandra? Alejandra. Sorry, I'm gonna play with you. It wasn't creepy, but I did feel a lot of cold all at once, and that's what like woke me up, and then I saw it. Like really tall, not bony, slender, but compared to the other spirit I saw, oh, this one's like anorexic almost, because the other guy was like very thick around the stomach. This one's more just taller, but more average, not thin, but not thick. I couldn't see a face or anything because it was like I was looking at him from behind, like he was looking that way. No, he was literally at he wasn't at the foot of my bed. So let me kind of, my room's a little bit of a mess because of that. So let me see if I can flip the camera. I'm going to show you where I was at. Say flip camera. So I was over there where the dog is at. I was over there. And it was like I saw the back part of him, and he was like in the middle of the room, kind of like where the dog beds are at right now. So I'll show you, flip the camera. So he was kind of like right there between the dog beds. So he wasn't at the foot of my bed. Go. Okay, baby. Love you. Chat with me soon. Am I making any sense with what I'm saying, Alejandra? Again, I wasn't freaked out, but I did feel the cold. And he was looking outside because I have 2 big windows looking outside. So he was probably a little bit more to the left. But yeah, didn't scare me, never turned around, never really moved. But then he did just doop. He was seeking to speak to give you advice. Oh, I'm wondering if he's from this new pantheon that's been trying to get my attention. I don't know if he was or not. He didn't speak, but he did come in cold. Or with the cold. Because when I finally, when I woke up, everything was like gray outside. It was like a big thick fog outside. Yeah, I don't know. He never spoke to me or anything. He never turned around. So, I mean, it's one of the odd things about being a spiritualist. Not all spirits want to talk to me or can talk to me. So, that's the interesting part about being a spiritualist or being a medium. Now, I mean, could this have been one of the other diasporas that's been trying to, I want to talk to her? Could be. Could it be, it could be a lot of different things. I just don't know who it was. Did I feel scared? No. Yeah. No. You don't have to get up. The hell? Okay, excuse me. I gotta take these guys. Well, I'm not brave. I've done a lot of things that might freak you out. That's why. Remember, I'm in a lot of practices. Okay, well, can you let me? No. Thanks. Sorry, it's my brother-in-law. He went and he took the other dogs out, so no. No, I'm not brave. I just do a lot. So because I'm in the other practices that I'm in, nothing really scares me, if that makes sense. So like I'm not scared. Few things scare me. Very few. And welcome in, welcome in. If anybody wants a reading, it is 20 through Venmo, Cash App, Cuban Things. If you're interested in any of the candles that I sell or any of the products that I sell, let me know. If you have questions about the products that I have, let me know. Do you ever try to I don't have to. I don't know if this is going to make any sense to you. So because I'm in the practices that I'm in, we're always connected with our ancestors. So some people will try to connect with a glass of water and a candle. Some people will meditate. I don't do meditation the same way that other people do. I have to be in movement. So I have to dissociate to be able to do what I need to do. But I do have a specific loved one that's always trying, well, I'm not in love with them. I have a disdain for said spirit. And they always try to communicate in readings with other people. And that's been an issue. But no, I don't have an issue connecting with them because of what I do. Because of everything that I am initiated in, it just makes it easier. But did I have to work at it? Yes, I did have to work at it. Was it hard? No, I can't say it was very difficult at all. But it is time consuming. And depending on how you are or how you connect, it could be easy, it could be difficult, it could be something you don't want to do. The problem is once you start, sometimes you can't stop. Yeah, it is very, very draining, especially when they want to communicate with you because they want and they have needs and they think they come first, depending on the type of spirit you're dealing with. It can be very difficult. Is it very draining for me? No, but when I've been doing it often and a lot, then yes, it can be. That's why I use crystals to help me out, especially a clear quartz will really, really help you out. Now this type of, I forgot the name of this kind of crystal. It is kind of a little bit, it's metal, more metal than anything else. It's really heavy. It's one of the crystals that help me ground. It's something I want to try, but I don't know if I could, but don't know if I could set boundaries. Yes, you can set boundaries. But the problem is you have to set the boundaries yourself. Before you go in and you do a salt circle and you meditate and you do the things, you have to set the intentions prior to you going into that circle and closing it off. The other thing that will help you set your intentions, like I said, is crystals. Crystals are a girl's best friend. Like, people do not realize, like, if you're a witch, if you're a medium, if you're a spiritualist, crystals will help you get to whatever it is that you need, and they will help you set those boundaries and those intentions. Especially when spirits are very, they don't like following rules. So I have one of those types of spirits that likes to bug others. It can't bug me for whatever reason. It bugs me in a different way, as in when I'm coming in for a reading, like every other reading or every third reading I get, that spirit pops in. But they are talking to the person. They don't, like, they're not, I don't know how to explain it. It has to do with me, but it isn't directly with me. So, they're gonna talk to you and be like, oh, I really need her to forgive me. Tell her to forgive me, type of thing. And I'll be like, read between the lines. Am I making sense? And I'm like, tell that person to bye-bye. Because if you can't get them to leave, Yeah, if you can't get them to leave, they're going to just be bothering you for me to do something that I am not agreeing to. Anyways, it's not my job. Sorry, that lash is like totally bothering me. Yeah, I did my lashes and I'm not great at it. So like when you go in for, like, you're gonna go and meditate and you're gonna connect better with your ancestors, I would put a salt circle. I would put, what else would I do? Salt circle. I would do black salt as well. Dewberry, how are you, mama? I would do a multitude of crystals, some that are protection. So I would do some black crystals, and I would do some citrine, and I would do some quartz. Citrine is so you can get whatever out of it, so you can get some sort of benefit. Because citrine has to do with money and happiness. So you don't end on a sour note, especially since you're going to be talking to your mom, and for you that is a bitter moment for you. It's still a jagged pill for you to swallow. So with that being said and done, maybe her telling you that she loved you, that she missed you, she really wished that she could have stayed longer. Bob, Bob. You know? So the problem is there's emotions with you that you need to deal with. So what you need to do before you even start having that connection is you need to do some shadow work and some releasing. So releasing some of that negative outlook on her death. Yes, I get it. She's no longer here. So of course it's going to affect you in a way that, you know, you're never going to be the same, right? The problem is you're still, didn't think of, okay, so you need to think of this as a way of not just with connecting with her, you're always going to be connected with her. Why? Because you have her DNA. With that being said, and you know, she raised you and she raised you well, okay? You have to think about all the beautiful things that your mom brought to you. Think of, let's say, a butterfly, a caterpillar, something that does changes. And that's what your mom metamorphed into, change. Because the physical body's not here doesn't mean that the spiritual is no longer with you. You just, it's been so hard for you, you've never tried to connect because you feel, when you think about her, you have a lot of sadness and a lot of sorrow and some anger too, some resentment. Yeah. And I mean, if you can, you know, hear, speak, feel all these other spirits, why can't you do that with your mom or with one of your, yeah. But there's a bitterness about it. You don't feel whole. Am I making sense? So it makes it very difficult for you to move. And when you think about your mom, you think about a lot of beautiful things, but you have a lot of that, like, it's a lot of psychological issues, because it's what it is. Spiritual people have to go and they do their spirituality, but it's actually it's something psychological. It's a physical psychological thing that we go through when we become very spiritual people. Mm-hmm. I think I gotta bring in my babies. You guys are weird. You guys go outside and then want to come in, then you want to go outside. Like, yo, give mama a break. Nope. I got cords, so you're gonna mess everything up. Go. No. Sorry. He's gonna try to take things down because I know him. It's so warm now. Hey, leave her alone. Okay, I'm trying. I want to get you like this. You gotta be a baby. No, you're gonna be a baby. My baby. My baby. My baby. You my baby? Do it, her baby. I'm sorry. Yes. He's my baby. He's the last one that I've gotten of all three of my dogs. Mm-hmm. It was the boyfriend that called. Go. Do you want to stay here, or what do you want to do? Because you're kind of, you're being... Ow. Sorry about that. Now he wants me to do something with the cat box. So I'll do that right after I get off live. It's lagging, service is trying to connect. Yeah, it's because he called me and I only have one phone here. If I was at home, that would have been a different story. I can do my live from a different, like from my other phone. Here I only have this. I wanted to go live on my laptop, but I don't know how to do that. Cryptid. Yeah, I don't know how to do that. Haven't been able to figure everything out yet. But yeah, like the spirituality is just different. I do get a lot of like different feelings when I'm here compared to when I'm at home. Hey, 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 hey. So it's definitely not the same. As you can tell, I'm not at home. I'm at the boyfriend's house. So I'll be here till sometime next week because I gotta head back. I got doctor's appointments and stuff. But Athena, yeah, I had like something kind of odd, I guess, happened this morning. I woke up kind of like late morning, or I'm sorry, early morning. Yes, I'm at his house. So I'm in Arizona. I'm not in California right now. And there was, between the bed and these two windows, there's probably about 14 feet. So about right in the middle, about 7 feet, 7 feet in, there was a man that was about 6.5 foot tall. But he wasn't looking at me. He was looking that way because my bed is facing that way. And when I looked out, there was like a gray haze and it got really cold in here. Was I scared? No, just a little bit. Like, that was interesting. Yeah, I like being out here, but the thing is, what I don't like about being here is it's a dirt road. So it's like about 9 miles of dirt road, I think, or 7 miles of dirt road. And it does a lot of havoc on my car. Yeah, Sedona's not that far. Where I'm at is Sedona's not that far. It's like about 2 hours away or less than 2 hours away. What else? To get to the city, to get to a grocery store, it takes me like 45 minutes to get to a grocery store. And I don't like that. He just got internet here. So that's the good thing. So I could do lives, I could do the things that I need to be doing. But yeah, it was a little bit odd. But then again, I've had spiritual experiences in this house. It's been one of the things. And Sedona, like I said, literally Sedona from me, from where I'm at, I'm an hour away from the Grand Canyon where I'm at right now. Like, I can see the Grand Canyon from my yard. He has a 5-acre property, so this is, it's interesting here compared to my house. My house, you know, I'm in a town where, you know, there's homes, constant homes. Here there isn't. I bet you get more when you get to places. Yeah, I've been to the Sedona locations. I've been to one called Airport Plaza, where you walk like a little bit over three miles. I did that with the German Shepherd. I did it almost 2 years ago. It'll be 2 years in February. I believe it was February 9th of 2023. And it was a very beautiful experience. My dog never saw snow before, so she got to see snow. So I loved it. And then, you know, one of the things that I would love to do is be able to get people together that want to do like trips like that and do like a weekend getaway, and we rent a cabin. And if people, you know, want readings from me, like one-on-ones or some tutoring and stuff like that, I could do that on a weekend trip. That's what I would like to do. I would do it more as a business, like for people that want to get away or they want to hone in on their practice or hone in on their skills. And Sedona is absolutely beautiful. I've done it here. Look, I'll show you. No, that's not what I wanted. I wanted to do that. Here, yeah. I think I have some campfire stuff here. I'm not too sure. Wait. That's the campfire stuff that we did. That was dinner, by the way. I made dinner in that pot. Like for real. For real, for real. Like, I wouldn't mind. I like doing simmer pots and stuff like that. But right here, I'm not only living with the boyfriend, you know, my brother-in-law is here, and then it's me and my dogs and his dogs and all the animals. So it's been, looks, yeah, and that's close by. That's not far away. That location that we went to isn't far at all. I did have some weird experiences there too. And I'm constantly finding things. I found, around that time, I found some coyotes, some, you know, passed away coyotes. So, that's my brother-in-law. Yeah. But yeah, that's like, so he sings a lot. He sings a lot. But yeah, it'd be nice to finally do like a weekend getaway with clients and do a retreat, because that's what I want to do out here, is like go and do some retreats over there in Sedona, because there's like 5 or 6 different places in Sedona, or like kind of around there, to go take people and they can go and hike type of stuff. And like just going out here in the yard, man, like he has 5 acres, and I don't know, I feel stuff everywhere, but that's just me. I'm really, really sensitive when it comes to energy, so. So yeah, but it's all over here. And then in town, it's not the energy. The energy isn't bad in town. It's just different energy. Yeah, I am very, very sensitive to energy in general. And I'm talking about spiritual, whatever, psychic, whatever the heck it is. I can feel it. So, yeah, and then, oh, like I said, hopefully soon I could do all the stuff on Discord, because that's going to be like my jam. I want to be able to have like one place where I can do things. It just depends. So sometimes like I can get energy from, let's say you were holding this and then you gave it to me. I can get the energy from it, like what this was meant for, if this was meant for anything, or a couple of seconds of when you had it. I don't like going to the stores, so my problem is I don't like being where there's a lot of people. That's my biggest problem. Being around large amounts of people, it echoes a lot. So I don't like going to the store. I don't like grocery shopping. I like doing everything online. That's why it's made it so easy having the internet now here. Well, not all of us have that issue. Some people can shut it off really quickly. I can shut it off, but and I don't have a problem with shutting it off. It's just it's one of those things that it is. An apple. Wait, I gotta see, what the hell was that apple thingy? What was that apple thingy? Sometimes I feel like the world is going by fast. Yeah, I've noticed that I've gotten home in a short amount of time. Being spiritual. Like, I got home way quicker than should have been physically possible. I feel energy in a lot of things, and I don't like the fog. I think to me, fog brings a different energy, and that's kind of like what I saw this morning, a different energy. Was it a negative thing? No, I just feel spirits more when they're in the fog because it has water. And I have no idea. Some comments in this live were filtered to protect the community's experience. I have no idea what that was about. Welcome in. Yeah, it should have been. Somebody made a comment that wasn't. Yeah, I know this eyelash is like bothering me, the one in the middle. I probably have to, yep, there it is. It's coming down. I have to clamp it down. Where is my thing? I will be right back. I will clamp it down while I'm on live. And yup, I'm weird like that. I want to go, I just barely started doing my lashes because I'm not a lash girly. I didn't, I just started to do my own lashes. See, like, it's starting to come off, like, right. there. See, what? Yep, it fell off. Barely see it right there. See, does it have? Yeah, it still has the glue. See? Yeah, I wouldn't be able to do it because of the light. I could feel where it came off. Hello, Ivan. Welcome in, welcome in, welcome in. Yeah, I would have to do it kind of like, see. There it is, but I'd have to clamp it, push up, push up, push up. There it is. And I didn't lose it. But yeah, I've learned how to do my eyelashes in the past couple weeks because I used to get my eyelashes done when my husband was alive. See, there, it's coming off again. Might have to re-glue it. Well, I guess you guys are gonna come with me to the restroom so I can do this. Doot, 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 doot. There you go. But yeah, I used to get my eyelashes done like once every 3 weeks or something of that nature. It was like every so often I would do my lashes. And my husband was alive. He was very much, he liked me being as prissy as possible. And wait, probably can't do it that way. But you know, I can't afford, you know, $200-300 lashes like every 2 weeks or whatever, however long it was that I would get them redone every so often. So there. Let me do the seal. It's just different. You know, life is ever changing. I can definitely make that statement. My life has changed a lot in the last 4 years since he passed. Oh. This is the other one that needed to be replaced. Oops. Oops. Yeah, so I'm still learning. I don't do very well. Like, they look nice and all, but it's still, everything's a little bit of a challenge. Just a little bit. Oh, that's why it keeps on popping off. Gotta kind of clamp them in. It makes everything, like I said, I am not really good at all this. Having somebody else do it for me was a hell of a lot easier than me doing it myself. Like I said, I barely used to wear makeup prior to my husband's passing. Yeah, this one does not want to come on. I want to stay on. Probably have to do this. That's probably what I was going to say. And I need some new one of whatever these tweezer things are. There we go. Girl. Mm-hmm. Oh, hell yeah. I remember when it was costing me almost like $200 to get them done. When I first started, and I was like, oh. I mean, my husband was making more than enough money for me to look nice. So, that wasn't an issue. Transparency, He liked me looking nice. He liked me looking well. He liked me, doing all those things. So it was never too much of a problem. And thank you for liking the live, guys. Thank you for, helping me deal with my technical difficulties. For not knowing what the hell I'm doing. Like, see, there's that one that just like when I... So, yeah, but I had somebody that made a lot of money. He was, we were together for 7 years. We bought a home together. We had cars, we had this, we had the things. And, my husband made a lot. Athena, stop. My husband made a lot of money. So if I wanted a Gucci bag, I could have gotten a Gucci bag. Never wanted those kind of things, which I regret. So regret. But, it was that we had a decent lifestyle. I can't do those things anymore. And now that I'm older, it's really hard to look pretty. Or like I tell my boyfriend, I need to maintain, like being slender and this and that. And he's like, oh, well, for me, right? And I go, no, because, you're older and you're going to go somewhere, and I need to still look nice because I still have to find myself a partner. And he just is like, oh, because my husband was spending money on everybody but me. That's why. My husband left me with like $500,000 worth of debt. I should have made it worth it. That's what a lot of people don't realize. Yeah, I got all his debts. So yeah, I got stuck with the debt, and then coming to find out like the type of person he was. Well, probably just spiritually because I am older. Like when I go home, I'm planning on doing a couple of different things. One of the things that I want to do is I want to get Botox. Like these, see, I want to get rid of these things. And injections, like pop, pop, pop everywhere. Yup. If I got the money, I might as well spend it on what I want. Do you know what I mean, Ming? Do you know? It's kind of what I want to do. Well, I am 14 years older than you. I'm going to be 50. So, I have children just a little bit younger than you. My oldest is 30. Yeah, he's 30. He's going to be 31 in a couple weeks. So, he'll be 30 in like 6 weeks, 7 weeks. So, yeah. Yeah, no. And I aged a lot after my husband's death. Like, I aged a lot. That got me. That really got me. I've had a lot of stress the last like 4 years because of his passing and the stupidities and coming to find out a lot of things that I didn't need to. And, you know, it's just, like I said, it's just a thing. It's definitely a thing. Yeah. I don't know how people do the lashes. Like I said, I just tried, and I probably got to fix it up with the spoolie. Yep. So I had 8. So it was my mother-in-law, one of his cousins, my husband. That was like in a 7-week period. And then that October, it was like 5 or 6 losses. I think it was 5 members and a very close friend of like 17 years. So, yeah. It's a thing, though. Seriously, it's a thing. I was just like... Yeah. My grief came to me in anger because I was getting up to 60 phone calls a day. Like text messages, phone calls, people messaging me on Facebook, people messaging me on Instagram, his Instagram, my Facebook, his Facebook. Then somebody did something with his Facebook. They wanted to have it as like an honor thing or whatever. They let them know that he passed away. And I'm like, oh, okay, well, the Facebook isn't there anymore. The Instagram isn't there anymore. So, had a lot of anger, and I still have a lot of resentment. That's why, like, when he comes around, tell her to forgive me. Tell her to forgive me. I'm like, oh, wait, there's a spirit here. Male. Da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. Why did people do that? I don't know why people do the things that they do. See, look, the lash came off. One of them did, anyways. Did it come off? Yeah, it's right here. You can see it. They were trying to pressure me to do what they wanted to do. So, they didn't care how I was feeling. They just wanted me to do what his family was trying to get me to do. So here's the thing. We knew my husband had cancer. I tried to sit everybody down so we could have a family discussion. Nobody wanted to have that discussion with me. I was like, okay, then when he passes, You know what I mean? You know what I mean? I don't want to hear it. And that's what exactly happened. They didn't like how I had the control, and they wanted me to give them control. I wasn't going to have my husband buried on top of his mom. I wasn't. I don't care if anybody liked it, but see, when I try to have that conversation, hey, your brother is, going to that other side. We need to have this discussion. Nobody wanted me to have that discussion with me. So I don't need to have that discussion with you. So since they couldn't talk to me, they tried to get outsiders to influence. And I'm not the kind of person that you can influence. And then the ex-wife wanted to come to the funeral. And I'm like, bitch, you're an ex-wife for a reason. He was married to me. I'm not going to have you there. I understand the kids being there, but she wouldn't let the kids go without her. And I'm like, yo no sé qué es tu problema, but your problem is not my problem. She wanted to be, she claimed that, that was the love of her life. Even though she almost got him fired from work, and, yeah, it's more than just selfish. There's so much to unpack with that. Wait, hold on. I'm so sorry. There's so much to unpack with that. It's ridiculous. So I couldn't deal with it. And I was just like, oh, hell to the no. I literally was like, And the brother-in-law is like, I'm like, oh, hey, you guys can come or whatever. But if you guys are going to come and give me headaches, I go, you guys can have your own service. You guys aren't welcome at mine. And they were like, what? I go, you heard me. I was told that I didn't have any money. I was broke, which I was. I'm not gonna lie. I'm gonna tell you something I wasn't. But yeah. Yeah. They came at me all which ways. None of that was warranted. The ex, when my husband was passing away, she was trying to get him off life support. She was telling everybody that she was the wife when she wasn't. And that's when she found out that he was actually married. Because we didn't tell anybody that we got married. It was nobody's business. So, again, interestingly enough, it's just something that I had to deal with, something that I went through. I don't recommend. It was very difficult. So difficult that I wouldn't want anybody to go through what I went through. So difficult. There, fixed it. Yeah. And they wanted me to, do a funeral. And at that time, they were like almost 30K. They're like, well, you don't have the money. I go, you don't have to worry about what I do or what I don't do. So, yeah, none of this. I cremated him because I told him, I go, okay, well, you know what? Since, your family didn't talk. He's like, oh, my family's going to be mad at you. I'm like, I don't care if your family's going to be mad at me. At the end of the day, I'm your wife. So, nobody going to be telling me what to do. Oh, yeah, no emotional support whatsoever, girlfriend. None. Not even from my own family. So, would I do this again? No. If, let's say, I was going to end up getting a redo, if I was going to get a redo, honestly, I don't think I would have done it any different. I don't think I would have done it any different. I would have done some things different, but like the funeral stuff that I did, I wouldn't have done that different, but I would have cut everybody off. I would have changed my number. I would have changed my number a while ago. You know what I mean? Oh, it built who I am today. For real, for real, for real. Like, we doing the thing. And I ain't playing. I ain't playing. We ain't playing the stupid games. We ain't this, we ain't that. It's to the hell, to the no. Like I said, I would definitely do things differently, but, I'm okay with how things turned out. Seriously. Oh, that's what my family couldn't stand, is that I became a Llorona. Oof, 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 oof. Yeah. Oh, but I'm the angry crier. Yeah, a lot of people couldn't deal with me. And I'm still angry, don't get me wrong. I'm still angry. I'm angry as hell. Oh, hell to the no. And welcome in, welcome in, welcome in. But yeah, everybody's spirituality is different. My spirituality got me to where I'm at today. Am I at the best place? Probably not. Am I angry, sad, or worried? Nope, not either. So, like, I'm okay. That's for sure. I'm okay. And then, next week I leave. I have to get like all my sessions all together. Welcome in, welcome in, welcome in, everybody. We're talking about spirituality. We're doing readings if anybody's interested. I do have a Discord if anybody's interested in the community Discord. That's where I'm going to be doing my classes from now on. And I talk a little bit about everything. But, Mercedes pensando. Oh, yeah, like, I said, I do a lot. I mean, I'm a spiritualist. I'm initiated in Palomayombe. I'm initiated in Lugumi, which is Santeria. I'm also in Pertebio Vorula. And I'm getting into all these things. So, me quedé pensando. I thought you were saying Mercedes Pensando, because that's my name. So, yeah, I think tonight I'm just gonna like throw on a pizza because I think that my boyfriend wants to see the fight. And I might do stuff, I might not do stuff. Can't wait to know if I'm hija de Oshun, porque déjamelo. Oh, she don't give you love though. I don't know if you knew that. The problems with the hijos de Ochun is they always have problems with love. Always. Now they do very well in business. Business-wise, they do well, but you do not get the love with Ochun. She's about the love. She's the one that you go to do love workings type of stuff, but no. Just FYI. So I am a daughter of Obatala. My mother is Yemaya and Ochun because they both love me the same. As a matter of fact, it was when I did Santo, they thought they were going to have to revert because Ochun was like hammering down that she wanted me bad. Either way, I'm still good. It would have been the fight of the three Orishas. It was Obatala, Chango, and Ochun fighting. My son, I think it was Obatala, Chango, Yemaya. And I think it was Ochun too. I'm not sure. But he had them issues. So I'm initiated and 3 of my children are initiated. 2 Obatalas and 2 Oguns in the house. We're assholes. We're assholes. Let's not lie. Let's not lie. Let's speak the truth. I'm just very much a spiritualist. Very much a spiritualist. Yeah, so my Obatala is male. And then my son got a female Obatala. His dad is Chango. And then my daughters are all Ogun children. One is the child of both waters, and the other one's a child of Ogun and Ochun. Yeah, I got Ayaguna. The daughters, they get money. They do better in business. The daughters of Ochun usually have a lot of issues with men. I'm not saying all of them do. But if they're married or whatever, usually their marriage goes well, but it's like an up and down cycles type of thing. Yeah. Yeah, you have to cleanse yourself. That's what you need to do. Your problem is you need a lot of cleansings, especially because your mom passed away. It's one of the things that you deal with that's very difficult. Your heart is broken into a lot of pieces and you've never fixed it. If you don't fix that, you're not. If you don't love yourself, nobody's going to love you. That's just it. Pinche queen. Pinche queen. Oh, Quiet Queen, do you have Discord? And in this religion, you're always going to have certain issues and certain issues that follow you. But if you are more than capable, if you can get your spiritualism on par, you can fix a lot of things. You're always going to have problems. There's going to be problems. Anywhere you go, you're going to have problems. But each Orisha has their thing. If that makes sense. So, like me, I constantly have a lot of wars. Just do. For, I guess, war's sake. People like to war with me, even though I didn't do nothing to them. But you know what? Challenge accepted. I'm doing everything that everybody didn't want me to do. And you know what? Just because you don't want me to do it doesn't get to mean that you dictate my life. So, I'm going to continue being the spiritualist that I am. I'm going to continue doing readings. I'm going to continue making my candles, making my oils. You know what I mean? I'm going to continue. Because guess what? There's a lot of people out there that need the stuff that I make. So, you know, whether you want a road opener, whether you want a lavender oil so you can sleep better at night, or whether you want a protection oil so you feel protected from the spirits or from whatever else. If you want a Jezebel oil is not necessarily being a Jezebel, but it does get that the people that usually don't like you, or if you're a person that people kind of mistreat often, it gives, it like pushes people to give you better tips, especially if you're in that type of department of work area, and people are nicer to you. Okay, and then there's the money oil. So there's, you know, I make a few things. And those are the type of stuff that I make. So that's something. And then I make the candles. So that's the other thing that I make. Let me show you. Let's start playing with the things that we have here. I want to show you. So like, See, those are the skull candles. Those are the other candles. There's some of my oils. There's a little black candle underneath that black and white candle there. That's a shut up, be quiet. That other candle, that's that rattlesnake, that is for Medusa. That candle that's golden purple, that one's for Hecate. So I make prepared candles for those deities and, you know, the things that I work with or things that other people work with. It could be something I don't really work with per se. But hold on. And then I make these. I make caskets. Hold on. I got to see if I got the... Oh, this candle came out beautiful. That one. This one's a pretty candle. That was a very, very pretty candle that I made. This one's another beauty too. That one's a bronze one. Oh, this one was very pretty. That was very red. I think that one. And I made them in all sorts of colors, but this one's one of my favorites, the caskets. So I make mirrored caskets. That's one of my oils, the road opener. And there. There you go. And I hand paint them and I hand make them. So that's some of the very many things that I make. I also make teas, I make spiritual baths, I make oils, I make the candles. So... yeah, I do quite a bit. I do. I do. Yeah. So those are the kind of things that I make. Again, I make, let's see. This is one of the candles that I make. Oh, probably. More than likely. I mean, it's going to be an Orisha that you receive anyways. You know what I mean? And then these are the teas that I do my own concoctions. I either make teas. These help me with certain spiritual baths. These are things that I put in the candles themselves. This is like a money bowl working right here. All that right there. This is one of the workings that I've made. Some of the spiritual baths. The necklace. Now this is an obsidian with jet necklace that I made. See, look at all the crystals that I have. See, that's my carousel. I usually have the carousel going on. Oh yeah. Those are the caskets without the mirrors in them. Let's see. Let's see what else. It's one of the, that was for a client. They wanted a white candle. And that went to a client as well. This one's my stuff, so I have crystals in the background. This one's pretty. Then I had this one. That one was pretty. That one was a money bowl candle. That was a money bowl candle. That was Chef's Kiss. These are like my red and black candles, my bread openers. My Hecate candle. And this is one of my candle burnings. I think that was this guy right here. This is one of my caskets. Let's see. Caskets and my oil. And there's my oil right there. One of my workings. Kind of blurred out effect a little bit there. Now this was a protection working I did. And this is how it turned out. There's that. More caskets that I've made. Yeah, if anybody's interested in the casket, I think I have like 4 or 5 made right now that are all, you know, mirror. They have mirrors in them. Oh yeah, I got tons, and I'm expecting more crystals because I bought several at the beginning of the month. So I should be getting some by the time I get home. Yeah, I love crystals. Like, crystals are a girl's best friend. Yeah, I have a couple people on here that I would tell you go get crystals from them. Probably gonna do a rose bath when I get home. I don't think I brought any roses. I got my chains and stuff. I don't have any jewelry though. And when I say jewelry, I don't have any rings. Girl, I've had eight wedding rings. So, or 8 engagement rings. And I've been married like 3 times. So, I'm not a fanatic of gold though. I like white gold though. Bike. Yeah, next week I'll be back home. Have a dentist appointment, which I'm not looking forward to. I should probably push that out till to Thanksgiving though. I'm gonna probably call them and be like, hey, can I push it out? He said, she said, yeah, I don't know what that's about, but okay. I started the Discord, so if you're interested in getting a Discord and looking through it, oh, but I did Discord. There is. Ooh. Thank you. Yeah, I think I want to find out, kind of want to do a couple of things like when I get back home. I got to talk to my older daughter, but I saw that they it's kind of a facial that they do to you, but they kind of like burn your face a little bit. I think I want to do that, and then I want to do the shots here and you just realized that now. I could have told you that without you getting a job. I could have been told you that. Bro, I don't even have patience. Shit. Yeah, I think I'm gonna go into town tomorrow. I don't want to go in today. And I'm gonna go in the morning. I have something waiting for me over there. It's a thing to hold crystals. Girl. Ashley, I saw you baby cows. I hope you're enjoying yourself out there. Talking to Ashley, I know you're not, Mama. Gotta get my car fixed, but I want to go get crystals instead. Girl, I know. Don't ask me how much I've spent on those. But I have to buy crystals because I put crystals in some of the candles that I make. So, yeah. I would say try to get some tourmaline, onyx, obsidian, anything black. You need something to give you patience and peace, which would probably be a rose quartz, but that would be for you, not for them. And see, this is one of the wards I made. But you gotta put it back in some oils again. Yeah, I'm gonna lay down. Pin to come. Any of them if you throw a heart. Well, it depends how big and how small they are too. It's all good. Yeah, here, like I said, it's a different life here at the boyfriend's house. Yeah, I'll be back home next week, and I'm gonna be doing candles. Like, I have a candle going now. But girl, it's been something. Like, why? Too much shit? Go figure. It's pretty quiet over here, so I don't have those kind of issues. But it sucks. Welcome in. Yeah, it's... I can say this, it's just... I don't know. I think I'm just going to be making pizza tonight. I'm going to go, and after I'm done here, I'm going to go and clean the cat room. Because that's what the boyfriend called me for. I'll be doing one of those that you just mentioned. I'm going to be doing stuff. I'm going to be doing stuff tonight. And do you have Discord too, or no? Because I don't think I know many people that have Discord. Okay. Yeah, the room that I built, the community, is like a mix of stuff. Like you'll like there's a part that talks about espiritismo. There's another part that talks about the like Palo Mayombe. There's another part that talks about Lukumi. So there's some ATR, the 21 divisions, the voodoo. But then there's like tarot, talks about like there's like different things in there. Not all of them are filled out though. So yeah, you like if once people start getting in there and start chit chatting about it. What about them? And no, it doesn't matter the color of your skin. They don't look at you that way. You're gonna ask me about why Witchfoot passed away? Yeah, somebody in here yesterday asked me if I want to be their godparent, and I'm like, I'm still learning. I'm still learning. What's your question? Okay. Is that something you like? Since I'm not initiated, is it? Okay. Yeah, you. Since I'm not initiated, is it? Okay. Yeah, you're gonna have to understand you. You don't speak English, or your typing is in English. You're gonna have to understand you. You don't speak English, or your typing is in English.
Alright, I was gonna stay off since my voice is still messed up, but I've messaged like 3 times now. I guess it's blocking it. So I'm not initiated in any ATR, but there's been multiple times that things have come up that it's, obvious that Baron Samedi has had a hand in it, and I'm
So
just
Baron
curious why
Samedi has to do with the 21 divisions.
So it's more about ancestry than
All these practices, all ADRs, and this is what a lot of people don't understand. It's all about ancestor work. That's where you start. That's where you begin. Then from ancestors, you work with your spirit guides. Then after that, then you go further. Then you decide on, okay, well, I want to get initiated in Palmaimbe, or I want to get initiated in Lukumi, or I want to get initiated in Candomblé, I want to get initiated in Voodoo.
So a couple years ago, I learned about him, and all I did was leave some whiskey out for him. So, like, I haven't done anything since, anything before that. So I don't feel like that would be enough.
You have to, okay, so with those type of entities, you have to do the constant. So dedicate, get a little bottle. Hey, Jen. Get a little bottle of whiskey, rum, or dark rum, some cigars or a cigar, and dedicate it to them. And then once that finishes up, the cigar starts going bad, I would give them a plate of food. Some of those, the Loa, because that's what they're called, some of the Loas like their food spicy, but they prefer rums, either white rum or the dark rum, the spicy rum, maybe some wines. They don't necessarily like expensive things, they like food.
Yeah.
So with them, it's offering them food.
Like I said, I only did it that one time, so that's what's got me confused. It's not like I love him to death. Everything I know about him, he seems really cool. But it's not like I constantly keep an altar for him. So it just had me a little obviously very grateful for the times he stepped in and helped me. But it's, the question is why, since I'm not a
That has
devotee.
nothing to do with initiations. So there's some of those, if you want to call them deities, like the Loa, the Orishas. They come through because maybe you dealt with somebody that actually messed with kind of stuff, and whatever was in their spirit team kind of did this and jabbed those Orishas or those deities or the Loa to come in and help you.
That makes sense. I
Okay.
don't really mess with her much anymore. But about the same time, I met a voodoo priestess, and she had actually wanted me to learn with her. I guess her spirit team had told her, to reach out to me. But the group that, sorry, the group that she added me to was predominantly African American, and it caused a big old stink because of the color of my skin, to the point where the negativity just drove me away. But I didn't know if that has anything to do with it or not, too.
So I had a discussion, I would say about a week ago. I don't know if you know who she is, but Jen passed away. Her Jennifer Witchfoot passed away,
I saw the post. I didn't know her.
and people had an uproar because she got initiated in ATR practices. And I'm gonna say something: the Orishas don't give a shit about the color of your skin, and that's how I'm gonna put it. The Orishas don't give a shit about the color of your skin. All they care about is what are you gonna dedicate to them and how are you gonna love them, so they can love you back. That's it.
Yeah.
That's all it is.
That was when the high priest that I had worked with a couple years back, when I started this journey, he had done a initiation ritual for me for Hecate.
Hold on. I gotta get a watch. I was charging it. Go ahead. I'm still in the room.
Oh, you're good.
I'm part of the room.
But like he told me at the time, it's like, especially when it comes to her, it's kind of the same principle. She doesn't need like fancy stuff, left at her altar. It's more like,
You
the
just
way
have to
you.
dedicate to her. You got to love her. Once you love Hecate, then things go well. I've helped a lot of people work with her. Don't know why she came into my life. I mean, Jennifer here, the person that's there, she could tell you. I've worked with a lot of different things that I've never worked before. I am gonna be doing a mediumship reading. So if you don't mind, turning off your mic, if that's okay.
I would if I had the option. What the hell? Why is it not giving me a mic?
I didn't take it away from you, I swear.
No, it's last night I jumped into Joseph's live for a minute and it kept kicking me out. So it's something with TikTok.
You need to do the update.
Oh, okay. I'm gonna go ahead and disconnect because I can't really keep talking anyway with my voice as it is.
Okie dokes. I didn't kick her out, I swear. You got your headset on?
I am on.
Okay, so you are.
I thought you might like a little surprise.
It's funny, you came in when we started talking about the Loa. Literally.
You know how I do. Did you summon me?
The Empress popped out, by the way.
Cool.
Because there's a man here that has a top hat. So this morning, before I start your reading, I'm going to tell you
Yeah,
what
I'm
happened.
getting a pen. I'm just getting a pen. Yeah,
Now make sure that you have your piece of paper and your pen
Yep.
ready.
I'm ready. Go ahead and start talking. I did not prepare well, so I'm going to start lighting candles.
Okay,
and setting
so
up
do
the
your
altars.
thing and just give me a minute.
Yep, you get set.
And then I'm going to, once you get back, I'll start telling you what happened because it was weird.
I'm right here. You can talk.
Okay, so
I'm
you hear
listening.
me. I wake up in the middle of the night and my bed is facing that way to here. And I saw a tall man. He wasn't skinny, but he wasn't heavy set or anything. But at first I thought it was my boyfriend. But when I looked well, first of all, there was a lot of fog because I have two windows looking out. There was a lot of fog, like thick fog. And I could see what it was, and it was a few feet away from my bed, not quite at the window and not quite at my bed, so it was like maybe 7 feet away from the bed.
Okay.
And I could tell he was super tall, so he must have been like 6'6".
Okay. So is this one of those like the Watchmen type dudes, or is this somebody else that wears a hat?
I think that might have been a Loa, to be honest with you.
Okay.
You know, the
So
more
are you
that I
thinking?
get the feeling, and he
Are you
wasn't
thinking?
looking at me, he was looking out.
Okay, are you thinking like Papa or Baron or somebody?
I'm thinking it's Papa.
Yeah.
It could have been Baron SMD, but because that's who we were just talking about. Seriously, when you walked in.
Oh, nice. Okay.
So maybe that's like one of the things. But I do see, so like what popped up to me, like literally just did this to me, is a man with, like, let's say a melanated man that had Cuban TGIF. Thank God it's Friday. Thank you, Juju. Um, that has like chalk on his face. Isn't that
Okay.
Baron MD?
Yeah.
So he came in looking at me and just like if he got white powder and poured it, like, but he didn't get it everywhere, but he got it on
And
his
this
face.
happened to you this morning?
Yeah, this happened to me this morning.
Okay.
But while I'm talking to you, it's like, you know, that's what popped up into my face when I looked at the camera.
Okay.
It's a man that looked like he he got powder, white powder, and did this.
Like Cacaria?
I think that has to do with Papa SMD.
Okay, I got the candle lit, and then oh yeah, okay, we're gonna do. I've got this nice. It's like a coconutty candle that my mother-in-law gave me. It's called Blue Hawaiian, but it's
Ooh.
like a nice light coconutty smell, so I think they'll like that. And then the incense that came to me is gonna be a black cherry.
Yeah.
Is what I'm
The
feeling.
black cherry is gonna smell like wine, so yeah, that'll be
Yeah,
perfect.
it's like rum, wine, plum, that kind of stuff. Yeah.
So we good.
Yeah, so we're lighting that now. I don't know why I did it that way. I'll do it this way. Sorry. And then I've got this all set up in front of my kachinas and my thunderbird and my butterfly. Oh, actually, I've got Papa's hat and cigar and cowrie shells and everything like that over here, so I'll
Ooh.
bring that over. I'll show it to you later when we meet up.
So the first card that popped up when I was
And the candies.
like I put it in my hands was the Empress. And I wasn't pulling, I was just grabbing my cards.
Hold up. Pause real quick. I'm going to start a screen recording so I can show this to Rick later. And
Okay.
then if you would just start again by repeating that when I get it going.
Okay. These popped
If I
up.
can remember how to do it. There we go.
Hold on, I gotta get the card again so I can show it to you.
Is it going?
I'm looking at the cards. I can show you the card that popped up when we first came in the box.
No, it's not wanting to record.
It's recording on my end. And
oh, yeah, that's right. You can send it to me later.
Yep.
Thank you, Mom.
It'll be on
Oh,
YouTube.
you're going to post it somewhere? Yep. Okay.
YouTube.
All right, we'll pull it up there then. Okay.
So, hold on, let me
so
just get
this
the
is an
first
old
card
kid.
because you got a bunch of cards that popped up
This
for
is
you.
an old candy.
So don't worry about it. Break it up. That's not it. That's not it. Come on. Funniest thing is my cards don't want to shuffle now. It's weird.
Okay. I got one of my puppy dogs.
Here it is. This is
All right. I think, are we happy? Oh, we still got to do the. Oh, I started to tell you about this the other day and I didn't finish it because I was scrolling around.
what happened.
When we were traveling to DC, we had a layover. It was either on the way there or on the way back. I can't remember. But at any rate, we had a stop in Las Vegas.
Yeah,
There was casinos and all that stuff.
which you were an hour away from me.
Yeah, that's right. And so I got a shot glass from the airport there. So that's like a little veneration cup for those who are associated with the casinos and the
Okay.
things like that we talk about. So let me just top that off. I put in some apples. Hey, do you want to go back outside? Yeah. Okay. Come on. Oh, it's because FedEx is here. That's why. I didn't know why everybody was getting all excited. I see what's going on. Okay. Take her with you, please.
You got a lot of horror arcana cards that popped out for you.
Excellent.
So one of the things that I'm gonna ask you is, do you feel that I help you push through things when you can't push through?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Okay. Because the cards are saying something. It's kind of like you're helping me and I help you type of thing. When you get closer to back to the phone, then I'll start.
Okay. I picked coconut water.
Just do your thing. Don't worry. I'm not stressed.
Yep.
I'm not
This is
pressed
the
for
last
time
thing.
either.
Yep. This is it. I'm just putting up the coconut water. There you go.
Matter of fact, while you do that, I'm gonna go tinkle. 'Cause I've drank a lot of water.
Oh yeah.
That gives me time.
Okay. All right. I am.
So when we started talking, this is the first card that came out, which is the Empress. So this is the beginning of something new. Maybe the beginning of something new in regards to your property. And that's how I'm gonna put it. Hold on. Put this other light on instead. So you can see a little bit better. So the beginning of something new with the moon. And remember tonight is that big moon, the beaver moon. So that's one thing. Then all these cards jumped out. So the Lover's card, first and foremost, you've gotten married, so you're in a relationship, something that you didn't think that you were going to have at the beginning of the year. We're ending in a different note. And then to me, that also represents my sign, the Gemini. You know, you could like kind of take this with a little bit of a grain of salt because we haven't even started the mediumship. Then you got the Star card. You've been wishing on a star. You got in some wishes granted that you didn't think were possible. And it could have been, because look, this was the one that was on top. A lot of things that I've told you have come to fruition. Maybe not the way that we all anticipated, but a lot of things have come that you wished on and that you were crying, you were screaming, you were in a various amount of ways needed, wanted, desired, even though you had to let go of a lot of things. The reason why I'm talking about letting go, the Death card, the family leaving, things about your family, which I'm not going to get into here. We can get into it somewhere else, but the cutting the cords of people that weren't serving for your benefit, people that were causing you more harm than good.
Yes.
Okay. Then the wheel. Okay, the wheel to me is more, I don't know if you could see it, black and white, the yin and the yang. You feel more balanced, and that's what now is more like what you're looking for, is to being more balanced out. And the Four of Swords talks about, remember you had your injury with your feet, you're getting back on your feet. You're still healing, but healing not just the physical, but a lot of the psychological, a lot of the trauma, a lot of the trauma bonds that you had. It's like you've done a lot of shadow work, and you've noticed lately, not necessarily that you're sleepy, not necessarily that you're tired, but that you're recuperating. Because this talks about recuperation. You know, your heart is healing, your mind is healing. The things that you have now in your life has put you more on a healing journey than at first. It was like your money. Oh my God, am I going to lose my home? Am I going to lose this? Am I going to lose that? I'm not getting the help. Like, you didn't have all these things, and now you found the person that you're with that's been able to do all those things for you, that out of the blue just popped out of the woodwork for you. All the things that were told that was going to happen, but it almost happened, I'm going to say almost all at once. And then you started getting your money gains, you started this, you started that, and you're still not done, by the way.
Yeah.
Now, with the thing that happened to me this morning, it was basically I woke up in the middle of the night. It was around like 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning, and maybe the sun was about to start to rise, but not quite yet, so it was still dark. And I saw a gray outside, and it got really cold here in the room, one. And then I saw that figure. I actually thought the figure was my boyfriend until I kind of, like rubbed my eyes a little bit. And then I noticed the figure was looking that way, and it was a tall figure. Now, I can't say he had a hat, but I could say he was over 6 foot tall. He was about 6'6". That's what I saw. He never turned around, and then he just disappeared. And then when you came into the box, man, like when I kind of did this, I kind of leaned in because I was shuffling my card. I leaned in because a card fell. So I was going to go to the ground and pick it up. And a man, like I said, melanated, but with powder on parts of his face.
Yeah.
That's who I saw. So it maybe could be Papa Simdi or Baron Simdi. But he does kind of, it's not the same, and I know it's not the same, but they do synchronize with Papa Legba and him, have a synchronicity. Now, it doesn't mean that they're the same people, because I did not see the top hat.
Yeah, it's very common for those two figures to be conflated.
Yes.
And I mean, that's even been controversial, like in Hollywood and stuff like that. They're trying to do stuff about Baron Samedi and or Papa Legba, but they're portraying one as the other, or the others, because they can't tell the difference. It's really kind of racist, actually. but yes, there is a difference. It's if you know the lore and you work with these entities, you know the difference.
And then the bottom of the deck was the Queen of Pentacles. First of all, you're going to have the money. You're going to have your peace of mind, which at moments of time in the last maybe 2-3 years, you felt like you were going to lose it. Now, you've made bad things. You've taken everything with a grain of salt, and you've added your own spiel to it. What you want to do is more open yourself up to your spirituality so you could do more mediumship stuff. Those either are blocks, and that's what I'm getting kind of from him, is like there's a blockage there. That could be one thing. Number two, that might not necessarily be what you're going to be doing, because I see that you're walking to places, and the problem is your feet are hurt. And take this with a grain of salt. Okay, so this is what I'm getting, because I'm kind of like walking with you. You're, oh fuck, this is how you hurt your feet. Were you walking, like, I think you did tell me, but this is not from a memory, because I'm seeing as if I'm walking with you and you're doing a ritual, but you fell. But you were barefoot. The fuck is this? And I'm hearing the twigs and the branches, and you laughed because you thought it was stupid. Well, I'm trying to understand, because it's not funny, haha. It's funny, like, oh my God. And when you got, I think the situation was actually worse than what you initially thought, because nobody thought, did they think that you were lying? Because that's what I'm getting. They thought that you were lying about your feet.
Yep. I had to argue with the doctor for an hour just to get x-rays.
Hold on. So, I'm gonna explain what I saw. It's almost like you went through, girl, does your house, like by your house, do you have like almost like a forest where you kind of grow through some trees and then you go
Hmm.
into a forestry type of thing?
Yep. I live in the forest.
Okay. It's like you go to almost a side, not a corner, but a side of your home, and then like the trees start growing there. I know you have trees because you have acres, but like you go through there, but it's like a forest because I'm hearing the crunch of branches, leaves, and shit.
Hmm.
And then you go into a high place, like you did your a ritual kind of on the bottom, but then you were like, no, I want to go higher. I don't know what that's all about, but you were kind of high on life too. Not in a bad way. But you know, you were very energetic, and it was like if you were on a rock almost type of thing, but then somehow when you were trying to get down, you fell. I don't know what that's about. It's almost
Yeah,
like it looks like almost like a cliff.
there's a pit in the yard. So the house is up on a hill
Hmm.
and it slopes off like about 20
Like
feet or
almost.
so off the side of the house. It slopes down. And so
Hmm.
the previous owner dug a pit into the side of the hill and he reinforced it with concrete. So it's almost like a 10 by 10
Cave.
concrete. Yeah, but it's open on the top. And so I've been throwing my compost in it.
Hmm.
And so in the bottom of that pit is just a big pile of compost and grass clippings and things. And that's what I fell into. And it's like 10, 15 feet tall.
Yeah. Easy. Easy. And you had to like like how I'm seeing you now, it's like you had to climb yourself up from it.
Yes, I had to crawl out of it and crawl up to
Yeah,
the
like
house.
I don't know how to explain it, but it wasn't like you didn't have a ladder, you didn't have anything,
Nope.
and it you took the pain as like if I don't get out of here, I'm gonna here.
Yep.
Hold- you literally laugh though.
Yep, I did.
And but they were it's almost like you were getting laughed at the doctors or at the hospital because you're like in a bed and they're like, oh no, but you walked in and you're like, oh well, I didn't have a choice. How am I supposed to get here?
Yep.
And they're like, oh no, because if you would have broken your feet, you can't walk on them. Well, they're really bad because they're like black and blue. One was like, I don't know what color that is because it was a mix of like the black, the blue, the purple, and turning green almost. I don't know what
Mm-hmm.
the green thing is, but like it had an odd color to it, and you're like, oh shit, you know, you actually thought that it could have been a vein or something.
Mm-hmm.
Um, did you hear a man's voice? Because I'm hearing a man's voice singing
What's he singing?
a, a song I can't sing because I've never heard of it before. So I'm assuming it's something that has to do with the voodoo.
Okay.
So it's that type of music, but a woman humming in the background.
Mm-hmm.
So there, it's a man singing because it's a deeper man's voice, and then a woman like and I don't know, you know, I almost like you want to get not a violin. What's the ones that they put in the mouth that
Like the harmonica?
yeah, and almost like with a drumming beat, but it's like
Mm-hmm.
type of thing. I've never heard the music before. It's very similar to like the drummings in my practices. It's similar, but it's not the same.
Yeah.
Um, and the
But it's
language
like
is like it's
tribal, kind of tribal or
more
indigenous, like,
tribal, a little
yeah,
bit.
ancestral kind of thing.
It's the ancestor type of thing.
Yeah.
What else? So there's a female that you probably have to work with too. Maybe like Mama Brigitte. That could be one. And then uh who's the one? Okay, so I know in that practice they can be very not funny, but funny. You might end up taking it personal, but knowing you wouldn't take it personal. But you know, they're crass.
Yeah.
You know, I'm not saying that you're that way. I'm just saying that that's how they, you know, that I'm getting. Like she fell. Like
Mm,
she should have known she was gonna fall. But
yeah.
like they're making it a joke, but
Yeah.
it's not funny. But you would find it funny.
Yeah.
So one of those was around you. That's why you found all this shit so fucking funny. And then you stayed at home for 3 to 5 days until you're like, oh shit, I need to actually go to the hospital.
Yeah.
And then they still didn't eat. Everybody there at the hospital was like, no, she probably just wants to get medication or something. Because if she would have broken her feet, she wouldn't have been able to make it here. But you did have help from a nurse.
Mm-hmm.
There was a specific nurse that was like, oh no, something is definitely wrong with you. Like
Mm-hmm.
she did believe you. And I believe it was a she. But she did have a scent of like men's cologne on. I'm not
Okay.
saying she's LGBTQ. Not saying that. But when she came around you, you smelled cologne. You didn't smell perfume.
Okay.
There was no cigar smell or anything like that. It wasn't that kind, but something similar to opium, but not opium. So it was a stronger, muskier cologne. It wasn't light. And she's the one that actually helped you because you argued with the doctor, but she was already putting the instructions for the x-rays.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what this is all about.
Yeah, everybody was helping me but the doctor.
Yes. The doctor thought that you wanted to get medicine.
Yeah, and I was refusing medicine.
Yeah.
I asked I
And they
didn't
were
I asked
telling
for
you
no
you had to
medicine.
take all this kind of stuff. So there was this medication that was going to make you actually worse if you would have taken it.
Mm-hmm.
And then from that medication, he wanted to switch you to something else. And you're like, no, I'm not doing medicine. What we're doing is we're doing x-rays to figure out, you know, what's wrong. Because I think I broke both of my feet. I think I
Yeah.
broke, and I think one of them was an ankle too. It's not only that you broke your foot, you broke your ankle, or they ended up doing something to your feet. Because they do remember that you were in the hospital for a while.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Now I don't know what. I just know that you told me, hey, I'm in the hospital. And I'm like, wait.
Yeah. Yeah, I was in the hospital for a month and a half.
Yeah.
And I was in a wheelchair for 3 months.
And you're walking now.
And I'm running now.
Okay, can you give me some of that fucking energy, bitch? I'm not saying I want your energy, but can you like,
yeah, I can bottle some up and ship it your way. Yeah.
you know, put it in an oil or put it in something and be like, here, this.
Yeah. Well, you know, I'm growing the plants now. I grow the plants. When I make the oils, they're coming to you first.
Hold on.
You already know this. All the herbs are growing right now as we speak in the other room. Oh, yeah. Good idea. Let me go grab that oil.
So the other thing that I'm thinking I'm seeing, I think I'm seeing some sort of sigil.
Okay.
I'm not gonna show it on here, but I'll take a photo of it.
Yeah, you can show it to me later.
How long is your hair?
Um, it's braided right now, and when I'm holding my head straight, I can take the tip of the braid all the way down to the base of my spine.
Yeah, so your hair is long.
Yeah. Ooh, what's that? Is that me?
So it's gonna be like this is gonna be a sigil just for you. And you're gonna do tonight, you're gonna do something with it.
Yep. Oh yeah, I was gonna tell you because I still I want to talk to you later when we get offline.
Mhm.
Because I was thinking today would be the day to do the bath.
Okay.
What do you think? Yeah.
Yeah, you're letting go a lot of the past, and then I think you're still doing a couple of things to get more, and I would say this.
Yeah. I'm gonna wash him too.
Okay. Maybe you could help me with that. Whatever you do, end up sending me some or something that you could send me over, or at least send me some of the herbs if that's okay.
Yep.
So at the same time, you know, you're helping yourself, and I can give you ideas, and the same thing over here.
Yep. Exactly. Yeah, we can coordinate that later. All right.
Yes.
For the I don't want to take you too far off course. So the reading, I'm messing up my cards. Yeah, I'm everything is confirming on this side.
Okay. Hold on.
Um
Yeah, because those are just what popped out. And I just see, like I said, that man and then a woman. So I'm wondering if it's Freda or Brigitte.
yeah, I got confirmation on her.
Okay. Again, the Queen of Pentacles popped up. It's going to be something that's just going to cause you to have a good peace of mind. I think what the card is trying to also tell me too is meditation. Again, she popped up again. This is the third time she's popped up. She was at the bottom of the deck once, and then twice she's popped up for you. So I feel like what you're looking for is peace of mind, and then I see you traveling. The Ace of Cups.
Where am I going this time?
Actually, I think you're going to a dinner. And there's going to be like maybe some type of politicians or people there in office. Or if they're not politicians, they're going to be somebody that's very much that has to do with the VA.
Yeah.
I'm wondering, because I'm seeing a big table. I would say that table would be for dinner. Maybe that's not. That might be for your paperwork.
Yeah, so
I don't know
yeah,
nothing.
because there's some things in the works that would make sense if that's true. That confirms.
You know,
some
have you
other
ever
things I
been
know.
to like one of those meetings, or when you go, because I've been to the VA's office before, and the table is like wide,
Mhm.
but it's one of those type of tables, but there are a bunch of seats everywhere. Sometimes they'll have people here in the corner, sometimes they'll have people in the middle, sometimes, or you know, like the whole thing is taken, or almost the whole thing is taken. So it's almost like you're going into a conference room, but it's one of those conference rooms that has the dark brown, almost a cherry red type of table. I think you know what I might be talking about.
Yep. Yep.
Where they have discussions type of thing.
Yeah.
So I'm seeing
Like
that
a
and
conference
take
room.
into it.
Yeah. Okay.
So would that be confirmation for what I might be thinking about, or what you're thinking about? 'Cause-
Yeah, well, there's well, you know, like the whole DC thing, right? Like we didn't know. We were like, what the that was way out of the blue. But now that that has come to fruition, it makes sense because now we've had basically those same people have reached back out for a
Justice.
different project. It's a different project. Oh, yep.
I don't know if there's
So
lawyers or there's a lot of legal paperwork involved, but I see
yeah,
legalities and it has paperwork.
yeah, yeah. It's about policy.
Mm-hmm.
Like we're trying to help with policy
Okay.
and trying to advocate for effective changes.
Yeah, because it almost feels like you're going into like, it's not quite a lawyer's office, but it's a building.
Yeah.
But I'm also smelling food. So it could be where they do paperwork, but at the same time, I see that like lunch gets brought in or dinner or something because there's food there because I'm smelling food.
Okay.
I don't know what this is about.
Yeah. It's
I
catered.
just know that there's paperwork there and things that are being signed. Now, I'm not seeing that you're signing anything, but that type of deal, I don't know what this is about. So I don't understand it because I'm being taken and I'm like over here. I can't see what the paperwork is, but they're having a discussion. It's like everybody, this table can handle 12 people and 8 to 10 people are there. I'm seeing 8 are sitting and 2 are kind of walking around. One's getting coffee, somebody's getting water, that type of stuff. And they're like kind of talking and, hey, I need to go to the printer and print this out. But there's food there because they can smell it,
Mm-hmm.
whether this is like takeout or whatever, sandwiches or whatnot. But there's discussions being talked out.
Okay.
I do see that you might have to do, like I said, you're gonna have to do a couple of rituals here and there. I'm not saying many, but I mean you like
Yeah.
doing them anyways. And your husband is very much the King of Cups, very, very calm. And I mean, you see the trip that you got to do, the work that's ahead of you, but you are content. And then again, the bottom of the deck, the Queen of Pentacles. It's just, you're going to be very calm with the whole situation.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just keep being very level-headed and not letting any types of, you're not an emotional person. You're not like me. So you're very level-headed to any of this. You've just been very surprised the healing because did the doctor tell you that you wouldn't really be able to ever walk again?
They were just yeah, it was basically like they thought that it was just going to be this debilitating thing, or they told me like before they even took the x-rays that, oh, if you have that injury, that is debilitating, that is catastrophic. And I didn't just have that injury, I had that injury on both feet. He was talking, it's catastrophic to have it on one foot. I had it on both feet.
And then one of them was all the way to the ankle, right?
Pretty much, yeah.
Yeah, because I'm feeling it. You've had a couple of other stressors because I feel also something like right here.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if you kind of messed up your shoulder or if it's like pressure or stress but there's something going on with like your shoulder area, and I would say it would be your right shoulder. It could be your left. I'm getting it on the right.
It's exactly right. The right shoulder.
And it's almost like they need to scrape something off.
Yep. I just got scraped by my chiropractor last week. There's your confirmation.
No, I'm not a spiritualist at all. Me? No way. Yeah, but you've been told even by the chiropractor, hey, we do have to take care of this,
Mm-hmm.
because it might end up being into something surgical. Not that it is right now, but it's almost like you popped it out of socket or something
Hmm.
out of socket or the shoulder blade. There's a tendon or a muscle. I can't really tell what it is, but it's something in your muscular skeletal that's giving you issues, whether this is a scar, like a rip, a tear, um, but it causes you issues. It's not as bad, but it gets bad in the cold.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but you're noticing it more now that
Yeah.
you're older. But it happened about 5, 6 years ago, maybe 8.
Okay.
Um, what else? Hmm. Feed the Loa when you can. Like when you guys do one of your ceremonies, make sure that you give a spicy plate of food. If you can do some rice and maybe some beans, but spice it.
Yeah. He cooks spicy food a lot, so I'll have him cook up something.
Okay. And then dedicate it to one of the Loa. Hello, hello, hello. I'm sorry, I'm doing a reading right now. Um, so do that with a candle and maybe some dark rum. Um, I see that brown rum, that caramel looking rum.
Mm-hmm.
Um, you could put a little bit of honey on the bottom, so like that shot glass. Put
Mm-hmm.
some honey on the bottom, so put some honey first,
Mm-hmm.
or a little bit of brown sugar, and then pour the the alcohol. But
Yep.
make sure that it's a rum that's dark, not a
Yeah.
clear one.
Yep.
Um, and I would
We
say,
we don't do clear rum.
yeah, well, some of them do like clear, but let's just say it's just that. And then I would say try to get a dark, dark wine,
Oh yeah.
a very dark wine, and that would be for the missus. I believe the colors might be white, black, and green. I'm not sure. I do see some yellow though.
Black, white, green, and yellow.
Yeah. I don't know what that's about.
Okay. We'll look into it later.
Um, but yeah, those are the colors that I'm seeing. Um, I would also do something like when you do a ritual, let's say at night, I would put cascarilla on my face to bury, especially to bury all the negative things that have happened and cleanse yourself off and probably, like have a hole dug. I know this is going to sound so weird. Have a hole dug, and I mean, I'm not saying a big hole, but let's say, 2 or 3 feet dug in. So, somewhere in your property where you can do a bit of a bonfire.
We
And
were
in
talking
that
about doing a bonfire
bonfire,
tonight.
huh?
I
You
was
gonna do
telling
that tonight?
Rick, I was telling him last night, I was like, I think we need to do a bonfire tomorrow.
Anyways, you're gonna put in some of the things that no longer serve you. So you're gonna write a petition. And when I say write a petition, talk about all the things that have happened that you want changed, or you want health, and you want this and you want that, and do the bonfire to the Loa. And then put a plate, even if the dogs eat it, just make sure there's like no bones in it or whatever.
Yeah, yeah.
But dedicate it to them. And you're gonna see if things have changed so far, you're gonna see more changes. And then that
Okay.
bonfire would be to Aloha.
Okay.
What else? And I mean, you could, whatchamacallit, verify. And I see you dancing because you're that kind of chick. You're my kind of chick.
Yeah.
And you're the kind of chick that would do it barefoot.
Oh yeah. What was I gonna ask you? Okay, so I want to ask. I wanted to like just let it be organic, but I do want to ask about one specific thing. So you know that there are several people here So I just wanted could you check into the energy of the house and who all's here and how that is going? Is everything going good? Is everything as it seems? You know, is there anything that uh, I should be doing? Or
First of all, party
what's
energy with the Queen of Wands at the bottom of the deck. So you are going to have to put up some protections, and this is the reason why, because the devil card, and the devil card isn't the devil itself,
right,
because
right.
people assume it, but there's some puppeteering going on.
Yeah. Is that
Okay.
is
And
there
there needs to be balance, and there's not enough balance. Am I making sense? I You're asking a specific question, and I'm trying to answer it with how they're giving it to me. So I feel like somebody's being used a bit, even if you don't necessarily see it. But let's just say there's some puppeteering going on. Whether you're being used or not, or whether your home is being used, which it is, or the land is being used, which it is, there needs to be a balance. And this is where the Two of Pentacles discusses balance. And then the bottom of the deck was the Queen of Wands. Now, that just means that you might need, and when I say might, that means that you need to just not cleanse the home as an, oh my God, I got to do, take out a spirit. No. But you do need to get incense, and maybe an incense that has some oils of yours, and do it throughout the house type of thing. It's
okay?
not too harsh, but it's so people don't necessarily utilize you or utilize your husband, or just using your land without giving you something in return.
Yeah.
That's the only thing. Now, am I seeing it with 100% malicious intent? No. But if you're helping people that are in need and don't necessarily have the money to pay you, they do need to pay in a different way. And when I say that, tending to the chickens, tending to the pigs, tending to this, making dinner, washing the dishes when they make dinner, because if you guys are paying for the groceries and they are not, they need to help in other ways. Am I making sense?
Yeah.
Like maybe making a schedule of helping to clean and helping to do rituals and stuff like that, that they're going to be a part of anyways. But if they're not monetarily bringing something to the table, they have to put in more effort. That's what I'm seeing. But I'm not seeing it as in completely diabolical, even though I do see the devil card. So hold on, we're gonna completely verify with this. So the people, they don't necessarily have a home.
Mm-hmm.
So that's, hold on, there was another card. Oh, no, it didn't pop up. And then it's almost like they're running away from something, because it's the Knight of Swords.
Mm-hmm.
So they might be running away from obligations. They might be running away from things that were burdening them. But the problem is, you know how it is here in the States. If I buy a car, I have to pay for it, because if not, I get the car taken away, right? They're going to repossess my car. People have to understand that there is a payment, whether the payment is blah, 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 $400 a month, or, hey, these are the chores that you're going to be continuously doing, because, you want to use the land, you want to shower, you want to this, you want to that. This is what you need to pay. You haven't been very much on that, is what I'm getting told. You've put some structure, but it's almost like it's not good enough. Am I making any sense with that?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And it's almost, again, the Queen of Wands popped up. Hold on, a couple cards popped up. The Queen of Wands popped up, and it's like, it's almost like they're kind of partying. I'm not saying that that's what they're doing, but they're enjoying what's there at your home. Again, the Four of Swords popped up. The thing is, you might not be enjoying it as much as you thought you would. You're being affected by, now you got animals, you got this, and you're the type that you take things in better stride than I would. you wouldn't give attitude. You don't necessarily have an attitude problem like I would. I would be like, look, this is the issue. This is, we need to kind of remedy this, right? You've been kind of a little bit taken back because of, the issues with your feet, and now you literally have a ranch now. The other thing is having an aha moment. So this is the Ace of Swords. This is literally having an aha moment. This is like synchronicities, 111, 444, 888. You've been noticing certain patterns, and you notice patterns 10 times quicker than I do. Comparing me and you together. But I know it's not a comparison, but you get what I mean.
Right.
You've been noticing
We have
patterns
our
that you don't-
strengths.
You have been noticing patterns that you don't necessarily like, by the way.
Yeah. And that's why I wanted to kind of bring that up to you because of that and my husband is the same way. And so because of that, I have actually been having some conversations and speaking up about certain things. And so, I like and I want to pursue this offline with you because I want to get into some specifics that I don't want to do right here.
I'm not done yet.
Yeah.
We still have 2 more cards.
Oh shit. Okay, keep going.
Okay, hold on. 10 of Cups, which has to do with your ancestors,
Okay.
and family lineage. It might be with the people, but it's also about your family, because I'm thinking that you've gotten either message on Facebook, on Instagram, somewhere. You've gotten some messages in regards to either your family or those people got messages from their family or loved ones. But this is also talking about the deceased family members.
Okay.
Okay, so that's one. And then this doesn't, well, actually, they wanted to talk to you. So the 4 of Cups is talking about being a brat. I'm not saying that you are, but it's talking about not appreciating what you have or what you're getting. That could be one of the issues that you're having with them. And then protection. You need to also spiritually protect yourself. You've been doing a lot more work than what your body's used to. And I know that you protect yourself, don't get me wrong, but you're doing more and your body just needs a little bit of extra oomph. And with this, I don't know if you could see, the staff is actually trying to hit her protections. Okay?
Yeah.
So you have to do, maybe this isn't protections of not just spiritual, it's the alignment again. Fuck, this is like the 3rd time, 4th time alignment. Okay, so this is talking about aligning yourself, and I don't know what's going on here. Are you on the pill?
Uh-uh.
Okay. You're not?
¿Por qué?
We'll talk about that offline.
Okay.
And then the world. So that's I forgot the name of that serpent.
The Ouroboros.
The Ouroboros. So it's kind of, you're starting your patterns or you're starting things all over again. Don't give too much. Don't give what you can't give.
Right.
Okay? Don't give what you can't give. Give if you can, but you don't need to give everything of you.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? I see this as another new beginning.
Excellent.
And this is something that you're going to be learning, because you might end up having a child in tow.
Okay.
So, and I'm not saying it's happening now or that's the thing, but
At some point.
yeah, I mean, when people get married, they usually want to have a family.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just saying.
Mm-hmm.
Now, the last 3 cards, excuse me, that have popped up for you is the Ace of Pentacles. So you're growing everything that you need to grow, not just for your benefit, because you do want to benefit others. You want to give a lot. All the things that you never gotten from, whether it's your family, love, satisfaction, you want to be able to donate a lot. But there was a long period of time where you had to pinch your pennies and you didn't have anything to give. So even when you didn't have anything to give, you gave to the spirits, the Orishas, the Lawa, the this, the that, whatever's around you, you gave when you didn't even really have. And that caused a hole, like kind of like the hole that you fell into.
Mm-hmm.
And that did put you in a whirlwind of depression, but at the same time, you were able to climb out of the hole.
Mm-hmm.
And then let's see the bottom of the deck. The Six of Pentacles, which talks about, even though six is like this, if you notice, it's doing the eight. Okay. So
Yeah.
it's the endless cycles of going up and down, the ups and downs of life. You don't suffer like the neurotic tendencies, if I want to call it that.
Okay.
But you do have other tendencies, but your tendencies are more like picking apart a puzzle piece and putting it back together again, or dismantling it, not knowing what it is, and putting it back the way it should have been, and fixing it. You're a fixer. So you just want to fix the things that are broken so they don't hurt anymore or they don't cause somebody else pain. But you got to also realize that when you do that, you're taking time and energy away from you and you're not healing yourself. So one of the things that you need to do is, like, let's say tonight, do a cleansing and do what you're going to do. But let's say if you took apart a t-shirt, and the t-shirt has two parts, one that your husband can use and one that you could use. You can cleanse yourself with, perfumes, cascarilla, and whatever, and herbs, and then throw it on the fire and do the other part the same for your husband, right?
Okay.
That's one of the things that we'll talk about when we get off of here. And you're going to understand more when I talk to you one-on-one, because both of you are intertwined and both of you see a lot of puzzle pieces. Like, let's say the puzzle piece that you miss, he gets.
Yes.
So you guys like align each other like better. Better than you thought you were ever going to have in this lifetime, because you really didn't think that you were going to end up having a partner. And then you always thought that you were going to have to walk away from everything. So this is the Ten of Swords. That's how you felt. Even though you wouldn't physically show depression or the neurotic tendencies, it was something that was always in the back of your mind, like you weren't good enough, or you were told that you weren't, because of your previous divorce or your previous relationships, or because they didn't show up. But it's not your fault what they didn't do.
Right.
And now look at what you have. You have everything that you thought that you never could have. There's your confirmation.
Mm-hmm.
Well, what do you think of your reading?
Yeah. Excellent, Mama.
Okay, we're going to get off of here. I'm going to download the thing. It'll probably take me a couple of hours, and then I'll send it to you.
All right. And then just give me a call when you're ready.
Okay, give me about 15 minutes. I'm going to make me a coffee.
Okay.
Okay, love you.
Besos.
Bye.